Well, Chubba, firstly, congratulations. How straightforward a decision was this to make, to take on this job on a permanent basis?
Very easy. Embrace it. With a real open mind and a real positive frame of mind as well. The last 8 weeks have been challenging. They've been difficult in defeat, and lots of positive signs. The young players coming through is a real bonus, and the fact the performance is on the pitch and the way the players have conducted themselves off the pitch, the support I've had from the staff, the board, and mainly from the fans, has made this really easy.
You were always going to be Millwall manager, but when you started your coaching career, did you envisage it being your first full-time permanent role?
No, I don't think you look that far in front. Yes, one day, I think I've always thought I'd lead this club as the manager. Even when playing, I thought, when I was learning from some real good managers, thinking, I watched how they conducted themselves, things they said. Always studied the game and enjoyed the game, and I was thoroughly enjoying the 21s role. It's a great job, a real great job, and a privileged job, the 21s. So to come into this quickly was, I suppose it's a bit of a surprise, but it's the way it's gone, and I certainly enjoyed the last 8 weeks. Disappointment with relegation, of course there is, but optimism for the future.
The way in which you galvanised the squad, as you say, over those 8 weeks, has been nothing short of incredible, really. At one stage, they looked dead and buried, but you made the fight a very possible one. Have you relished that responsibility of leading the team on the touchline? Yeah,
definitely. It's proud moments when you're out there and you work on things in training, and the boys recreate that on the pitch. Brentford was a real one for me. We worked a lot that week leading up to the game on a game plan, and it was a game plan that nobody else had played against Brentford during the season, and was aware of that. But me and Liv had an idea, and the players executed it. And for 86 minutes, we was outstanding. And disappointing in the last 5 minutes, and a huge learning curve in that for us. But that was the real eye opener that really made us think, we've got ideas, we can do this. And the fact when you're out there and you're watching the players, and the players are giving you everything they've got, and players are having to ask to come off the pitch because they've run so hard, it really makes you proud.
And the way in which we fought so strongly against relegation, despite obviously not being able to beat the drop, the optimism around the club, particularly amongst the fan base, is huge, and that must be a massive positive for you going into pre-season, the new campaign.
It's something I've not seen in this club before. Yeah, the loyalty of the fans is huge. The support the players get is quite outstanding at times. But to be in the bottom three for so long this season, and to have had the support the fans have given the players, shows optimism and the belief that there is there what we are building. And I think the performances, the results in most games have given the fans that real belief. The fact that they're watching Sid and Aidan week in, week out, and looking at an exciting Millwall team, and we've got good young players coming through. We need a good solid mix of experience and youth, but it's the mindset of the players that's important, and that's something we'll get right. And I think the fans, disappointed but not despondent. I think that's the main thing.
Obviously, after any relegation for any club, there's a rebuilding job on your hands, but it must be a really exciting challenge for you, despite the size of the task.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a lot of players out of contract. A lot of players that need a fresh start. A lot of players that maybe haven't been suited to this football club will move on to pastures new, and a new challenge for them. So obviously wish them luck. But the opportunity to bring in a lot of new players, positions need filling, and competition for places is going to be rife next year. It's the best way to drive players. The mix in the players needs to be right. There needs to be energy, needs to be pace, but you need experience as well. You need players that can lead the dressing room, and I'm mindful of what makes a good Millwall character. I know what that entails. I've played with some good ones over the years, and getting them will be key. But to promote the players from the 21s and the youth team and the young pros that we've got already be absolutely paramount.
Are those recruitment plans and strategies already in action?
Yeah, they've been put in place by the board of late, and I'm fully supportive of that. You know, we have a new recruitment department, a new structure, a modern structure, which is exciting, and the vehicle that most clubs use nowadays. So that's really key. Myself and Livers have been extremely busy the last 8 weeks, going to games, studying players, speaking to people, gathering information, and we've been looking for next season for a period of time now. So hopefully that sets in good stead, and now we know what division we're going to be in. You know, can really knuckle down and make sure we get the recruitment right.
You've also been coaching for a few years now. How excited are you by the new challenge of building a squad, signing players, letting players go? How much does that get your pulses racing? Yeah,
it's a challenge. A lot of places to be filled. It's exciting. It's exciting for myself, but it's exciting for the football club. And without getting too carried away at this stage, a disappointing week for us. You know, we've got a bright future. We're not going to get it right overnight. We hope we get it right overnight, and it could take a little bit of bedding in time, but we will get it right. And the main thing, we'll recruit players that are going to play for this club with heart and desire. And if you get that right here, and you get the players in the right positions with that mentality, and you install a winning mentality, then you know this can really be exciting.
How much of a key part of the club's current crop of youngsters going to have to play next season, do you think?
Well, I said to the players, the young group, 7 weeks ago, I said there's no guarantee they're going to be in the team. There's no guarantee they're going to be in the first team just because I'm in charge. They'll have to earn that right. We changed formation, we've changed tempo of games, we've changed tactics in and out of possession. So what that suited before and what they were doing really well, those young players have to step up and, you know, show us that they can do it in the new style of play, in the Millwall style of play. So there's a challenge for them as well. They'll get every opportunity. We've got some real good players in there. Most importantly, we've got some real good personalities, and the Millwall personalities, Millwall players. And if they can prove between now and when we finish next week and pre-season that they can perform at the level required, then they'll get a huge opportunity here under me.
And your first game as a permanent Millwall manager, ironic, is against Kenny Jackett of all, where you couldn't have written the script really. And Kenny's obviously someone you must have learned a lot from when you played under him here.
Yeah, Ken's top man. His record speaks for itself. He's done a fantastic job at Wolves, he's done a fantastic job here. And by his own admission, it took him a while to get going here, to learn a lot about the club and style of play and things like that. But he did get it right. And myself and other senior players learned a hell of a lot under Ken. His style of coaching, his management, what he demanded from the players was top draw, and was one of a few good managers I played under here, and I've learned a lot from them. And Ken's a good guy, a good football man who's given me some invaluable advice in the last 8 weeks as well. So Saturday's game might be a little bit surreal at times for me and Dave to be standing with Ken and Joe, but it's a great challenge. A great challenge for our team against theirs. It's a great challenge for me, to go up against Ken, and certainly going to enjoy it. I think it's a great one for the fans. Last game of the season. We know our fate now, and we're disappointed, but it was great for. I think it's great for them to see me and Ken on the touchline, and our aim has got to be to reproduce what good Millwall teams have done. Ken was a manager of a good Millwall team, good Millwall spell. We want to reproduce that, and we want to make sure that in the next couple of years we're back fighting against Kenny Jackett's side.
Obviously, with relegation, unfortunately, now confirmed, how do you approach Saturday's game? Because Wolves are obviously, they're gunning for that final playoff place. We have 3 points to play for, of course, but no larger objective than that. Is it you seeing it as a real test of mentality from the players?
Yeah, every game's a test. Every day in training is a test for my players. Mentally, of course, what are they playing for? My players, they're playing for the club, they're playing for me, and most importantly of all, they're playing for each other. And nothing changes for us. We'll be physical, will be exciting. We'll have pace in the team. We'll certainly be aggressive, and we go to win a game of football. The winning mentality started 7 weeks ago, and slowly but surely that's growing all the time. The belief in that continues Saturday, and next season is paramount from day one. But this Saturday we go to beat Wolves, and we'll have a strong lineup, and we'll have some good young players on the pitch.
And just finally, once that game is out of the way, what's the plans now between the end of the season and the start of the pre-season campaign, particularly next week and beyond there?
Well, we've already started looking at pre-season fixtures, training schedules. Definitely really key. Need to be done now. There's no waiting around for that. I think player recruitment, and most of all decisions on current players, is the biggest one. So if there's contract offers to be made, they're made immediately, and if players are going to be released or move on to pastures new because they want to go, then that gets done immediately. So decisions for me and the board to make in the next few days, and then conversations with players over the next few days as well to see their mindset and where they see themselves, and also for me to tell them what I think.